porn habits lower my sense of self-worth? Never. I'm such a piece of shit for watching porn. When viewing pornography, how much time do you spend during one episode? 30 minutes? Good God. Man, these people got no fucking life. What's the longest period of time that you've gone without pornography? In the last year, well, 1 month. I went 1 month with the catheter in me. Longest month of my life. All right, guys. Oh, wow. Hey, what's happening, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Rodney Hood Talks. I'm Rodney, and we've got a great episode for you tonight. I'm a little nervous, I'll be honest with you, but here it goes. So a year ago, I spent 30 days in rehab for alcohol addiction. Standard stuff, group therapy, deep self-reflection, learning how to live without drinking 2 bottles of vodka a day. What are you gonna do? But one day, one of the counselors randomly brings up pornography.
Let's go!
And how watching too much of it can shrink the gray matter in your brain. Just drop that in there, just completely off topic, like it was normal rehab conversation. I'm a 56-year-old single man, never been married, no kids, and let's just say I've been familiar with adult content since the first time my neighbor showed me his dad's Playboy stash hidden in the ceiling of his bathroom. From there, I graduated to VHS tapes, some of which I'm pretty sure my old roommate secretly watched because the tape was never on the same scene when I rewound it. To the modern day barrage of options that the internet has compassionately provided for us now. Is it really turning us into morons? So if this study's true, I should be legally required to wear a helmet at all times. I mean, based on my lifetime consumption, I should be out in the wild somewhere chewing on a tree branch, waiting for someone to bring me my next meal. And yet, here I am, talking, using words, full sentences even. So in this video, we're gonna dive into what the experts say about pornography and brain function. Let's find out before I forget how to breathe. And to make this even more interesting, at the end of this video, I'm going to take the porn addiction test, which I'll put in the description below so you can take it too. It's fast and easy. There's only 26 questions that should take about 4 or 5 minutes. No judgment, just honest results. Let's see where I land on the spectrum of, oh, it's just a habit, to even Vegas would think you're taking this too far.
The brain is a fascinating machine, really.
In terms of brain plasticity, everything that we do each and every day shapes our brain.
We call it neuroplastic. Just as plastic is changeable and malleable, we can change the shape of the brain.
And I actually did a study recently on this. So we put people in the scanner and we looked at their brain structure and associated this brain structure with the amount of pornography they consume. So basically we found in our study that the gray matter in the reward center is generally smaller in those people who watch more porn.
We've seen that with multiple addictions, from methamphetamine to cocaine, others, and now with pornography addiction. It's almost as if the brain is saying, I like pleasure, but you're killing me. This is too much.
My hypothesis was that the ventral striatum and the reward regions should be bigger in those people watching pornography. And it's exactly the other way around. So,
Were you shocked?
Yes.
There is solid research to show that brain functioning changes. The more you watch pornography, then you can get a blip up when the pornography is totally new. But totally new soon becomes old as you watch that.
People need to watch more or get more interesting and novel stuff to get the same level of activity in the reward system.
So it's a paradox. When it starts out, the porn is turning you on, and the more porn you watch, the less likely you are to get aroused.
Which seems to indicate that the normal, regular thing you were used to isn't sufficient anymore.
The wonderful thing about the human mind is the power of curiosity to invent, to create, but what pornography does is it puts a straitjacket on our mind to say, no, this is the only thing I'm interested in, and then ultimately that any kind of compulsion is destructive.
The number one thing I cannot stand about masturbation is when the asshole in front of me slams on his brakes. God, I hate that! Because then you got to start all over again. Like it's not hard enough steering with my knee and working the nipple at the same time. Then you got the school bus going by, look, he's hurting himself. Truck drivers looking through the moonroof, mind your own business, you pervert. My buddy's in the passenger seat. And he's crying because he's scared. I'm like, if you're so scared, why don't you grab the wheel and help me out a little bit, fucker? Flip the pages in the magazine. You sick bastards. Folks, these are jokes, all right?
When I was taking cocaine and crack, it was every single day. But when
Going
it was
hard.
porn and the porn addiction, it was binging. What I wish I'd known about porn. So my relationship with porn started at a very, very young age. In fact, I was about 4 years old
Yeah.
when the older kids on the estate invited me into their home. My mum thought I was safe because they were the bigger kids and everyone knew them. And they were all watching porn. They were watching bestiality porn. I have vague memories, the scars of that, being sort of really scared at what I was seeing and embarrassed by what I was seeing. I remember feeling real fear. The memory that I've got of porn becoming a thing or a compulsion in my life was as...
I'm sorry, I gotta stop that for a second. The guy started at 4 years old, and his first initiation to porn was bestiality porn. He was watching animals have sex with humans. My God.
I must have been at least 11, maybe younger, and I would be able to just run in, lock myself in my bedroom and pore over this magazine that I'd found. I never associated porn with addiction. Especially back then, 20 years ago, those two words didn't go together.
Right.
Porn was just porn. You watch porn, everybody does it. My view on women was really marred. I looked at women as a way of gratifying myself. That's the truth of it. You look at a woman through the eyes of porn. But I think we all know that it's not okay. That's why it goes on in secret. And it was only very recently that I actually acknowledged that there might be an addiction. It was about 4 years ago, when I actually said maybe this is actually an addiction that needs to be tackled the same way that the other drugs in my life were. Everything came to a big head because I ended up speaking inappropriately sexually because porn, porn would fuel it. My history was looked at, my computer history and all that, it just shows up the kind of sites you've looked at. So then I'm sitting in an office talking to the pastors. When I shared that it was an ongoing issue and I couldn't beat it, I wasn't really met with grace, compassion, love.
I can
The
imagine.
answer to it. I was met with shame. I was told,
I got a bit of a porn problem. What kind of porn is it? Well, see, that's the problem, you see.
you know how evil this is? Do you know how wicked this is?
It's
Do you know
not
how this
regular.
Women feel? and actually, I did know that. That was why I wanted to get it out of my life. That's why I was willing to sit there as an adult and say, help me. My money, my finances, like literally overnight, we had nothing.
Wait, he porned himself into poverty? Good Lord, what kind of addiction was this? This shit's free as far as I know. Is he like missing fucking work or something? The hell's wrong with this guy? When you're losing your job and your house and your relationships over porn, I mean, were you producing porn?
Out of all of the drugs, and I say drugs because I believe porn is a drug, I would rather say to my mum, Mum, I've just been taking crack cocaine, than I would say to my mum or my sisters, I've just been watching porn.
He would rather say he was smoking crack than watching pornography. I don't know about your relationship with your mother, brother, but I'm definitely going with, I was just looking at porn, I'm in between a relationship right now. Guys have needs, I'm sure you understand.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and don't forget, I'm going to be taking the test to see if I am addicted to pornography at the end of this video, so stick around. It'll only take a couple minutes and we'll go through it together, and then you can get the link and take it yourself. And of course, you'll want to post your results on the World Wide Web. Let everybody know how addicted to porn you are. This is an old video, about a decade old, of Katie Couric.
That in terms of these brain scans?
Yes. So, there was a study that came out, as mentioned, in the University of Cambridge, and they talked about that people who are compulsive porn watchers will have more activities in the brain areas that are lit up here on MRIs as compared to people who were not. So compulsive porn users in these areas of the brain will have more stimulation and activity, just the way someone who might be addicted to alcohol has when they're watching alcohol ads.
The choices that people make, they're issues of communication, issues of relationship, and issues of libido. It focuses instead on the porn.
So it
as
takes
the
away
problem.
the personal responsibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But would you concede that perhaps...
Because an iPhone's never keyed my car.
it's a problem with impulse control, where maybe brain chemistry isn't altered, but it's a behavioral issue?
Impulse control can be one of them. Sometimes, many times, in fact, partners want different levels of sex,
Right.
and pornography can be...
Having a chick that won't do anal, having a girl you're not attracted to, having a girl that refuses to blow you after you got married.
A healthy, safe way in which people might try and satisfy that sex drive or that libido without going outside the marriage.
This guy, his name is Gabe Dean. He walks around with porn music in the background. That's like, he's always like on a porn set.
He's actually experienced this. And Gabe, tell us what happened to you.
Well, my story's a lot different than Craig's, right? I'm what you would consider an opportunity addict. And I'm the first generation that had access to high-speed internet porn, as you just said.
Let's go.
And I was exposed, like Craig, at the age of 8, but I didn't have any trauma or abuse that led me to use pornography.
You were just curious?
Yeah, I mean, I was just a boy.
Sure.
Of course I'm gonna like looking at naked girls.
That's
then
what's
at
up.
the age of 12, I got high-speed internet. And it wasn't an issue that led me to watch porn. It was just that I liked it and I wanted to. And over time, you know, I became sexually active when I was 14. And so I was having sex and watching porn all through high school and into college, and eventually
Wow.
I lost my motivation and drive for life, but that didn't catch my attention. What caught my attention was it became harder for me to get aroused by girls in real life.
So how did you change that, or did you?
Well, I did what anyone would do. I was 23 and healthy and had no idea what was wrong with me, so I went to Google and I typed in, you know, young guy problem, and
Why do I suddenly feel like Dr. Ruth?
what else
But
are you
go
gonna
ahead.
type, right?
Katie's blushing.
I found forums, right, where hundreds of thousands of guys my age, teenagers, are talking about having erectile dysfunction. And they all had one thing in common: years of internet porn use. And
Let's
the key
go.
is internet, because it's novel. You can always click to something more shocking.
You're damn right.
It overstimulates our brain. So I saw just to give up porn, you can regain sexual function. So as a young man that didn't have a penis that worked, that was pretty strong motivation.
Look at that lady next to him. His penis don't work, but he's got balls the size of basketballs.
Wow.
Wow,
so
she
is everything
said.
A-okay in this department?
Katie, wow. Getting fresh, are we? Look at her right there. Is everything okay in that department? Yeah, I bet you want to know, don't you, old Gabe Dean over there?
Yes. Yeah, it took me 9 months to recover. So it was clear that something
9
was
months
happening
to
in my brain, and
recover.
I really had some deep conditioning for pornography.
How do you know as a couple when too much is too much? When you cross that line and
When you spend more than 4 hours a day in the bathroom.
watching pornography has driven a wedge between you and your partner, is there any rule of thumb that we can leave people with?
I think couples absolutely need to talk with each other. I think we need to be talking about sexuality much more. Learning about sex
I don't think so.
from porn is
My opinion is just keep it to yourself.
like learning how to shoot a handgun by watching Hollywood action movies.
Live in shame.
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
All right, guys, you've been waiting so patiently to take the porn addiction test. As promised, take the porn addiction test, find out how much porn affects you. So we're gonna go ahead and kick it off. Just gonna walk through it, take a couple minutes. I'll try to go as fast as I can. All right, here we go. First question. No matter how hard I try to stop, I still engage in pornography viewing. Never, rarely, sometimes, often, very often. We'll go with often. I mean, come on, let's not get crazy. It's not very often. I view pornography knowing that it can cost me my job or my family if exposed. Never. I don't think Home Depot is going to can me for beating off at home. At times, my desire to watch pornography is so strong, I will do almost anything to watch it. Never. Come on now. It's not that strong. I mean, rarely. Others have told me my porn viewing is a problem. Good Lord, who are you guys hanging out with? Who is telling you? Who the fuck is around you enough to know when you're doing porn? I view pornography when I get stressed. Sometimes, I guess. At times, I felt guilt because of the genre of porn that I enjoyed. Never. Come on, man. It's fantasy. It's porn. Give me a break. 20% done, guys. Stick with me. I am able to string together long periods of time, a month or more, without watching porn. I would say rarely. Well, Not never, because I did have a catheter in when I had my prostate surgery for a freaking month. So rarely, yeah, we're gonna go with rarely. I've had a hard time focusing on tasks because my mind is preoccupied with sexual thoughts, images, or fantasies. Never. I would never get anything done. That's the nice thing about porn for me, in my opinion, is it's just quick and easy and out of the way and move on with your day. I have sexual cravings that are beyond my control. No, never. They're not beyond my control. No one has to worry about walking around me with a short skirt on. You're going to be safe, ladies and gentlemen, for that matter. I felt that I needed more and more porn in order to satisfy my needs. Never. There's never enough. That's what I meant. I would become uncomfortable if others try to discuss pornography with me. It depends who it was. I mean, if it was a family member, probably that would be so rarely. But even then, porn habits lower my sense of self-worth. Never. I'm such a piece of shit for watching porn. I have promised myself and others that I would quit watching pornography, but have been unable to keep my promise. Hell no, I never promised anybody that. Hey man, I just want you to know I promise never to look at porn again. Please hold me accountable. I view pornography in risky situations. Hell no, I don't. The least risky ever. Yeah, you will not know. I'm not one to get caught with my junk out. Well, I'm going to go with rarely. There have been times that my sexual desires are so strong that I worry I will never be able to stop. Man, they don't even give you a never. They're just, I got to say rarely to that. Rarely do my sexual desires are so strong that I worry I'll never be able to stop. No. That's a never. The thought of family and friends knowing about my porn habits makes me extremely uncomfortable. Hell yeah, it does. It should make everybody extremely uncomfortable. You don't want your aunts or uncles or cousins to know about your porn habits. Good Lord. So yes, the thought, yes, very often. It's not really a thought, but I mean, yeah, if I got to go all in, I got to go hard on that. When I can't watch pornography, I get frustrated. Never. Well, rarely. No, never. If others knew about my porn habits, I would feel unlovable. Never. I'm a very lovable person, regardless of the sick and twisted pornography that I watch. How old were you when you were introduced to pornography, i.e. magazines, internet pornography, X-rated videos? Well, like I'd said in the video, I want to say it was probably 10 to 12-ish. That was just Playboy magazine. So how many times did you seek out pornography for the age of 12? Over fucking 10 million. Are you kidding me? Why didn't they put infinity as an answer there? How many times did you estimate in your life that you've viewed pornography? This thing doesn't even come close to the chart. I mean, I chart out. You could take that times 1 billion, and that's how many times I've viewed pornography. When viewing pornography, how much time do you spend during one episode? 30 minutes? Good God. Man, these people got no fucking life. Definitely under 5 minutes. I mean, under fucking 5 seconds if possible. In the last month, how many times have you intentionally viewed pornography in 1 month? At least once a day. That's light though. In the last year, what is the frequency with, see, they're getting more difficult now. Now they're asking the real questions. In the last year, what is the frequency which you have viewed pornography? Oh, come on. I mean, that's where they're going to get you. See how they set you up? Like, oh man, I got this. I'm not addicted to porn. And then boom, yes, you are. What's the longest period of time that you've gone without pornography in the last year? Well, 1 month. I went 1 month with the catheter in me. Longest month of my life. How much influence is pornography having on your life? With 1 being very little and 7 being very significant. Very little. Very little. We're at 80%. How many times did you seek out pornography before the age of 18? Over 500 easily. Where am I from? United States. Gender. Oh, I'm a he, she. A shim. I'm a shim. Shimel. Quitting porn motivational series. I'm good. I promise you. I'll be okay. All right, guys. Oh, wow. I should have put a drum roll. Here we go. You're fine. Extremely low risk. My results, 1 out of 5. Inability, I'm at 47%. Impairment, what does that even mean? I'm impaired to porn. Craving, I have 0% craving of porn. That's good to know, guys. I am not craving pornography. Diminished recognition. Now they're getting scientific, man. What do I have to have a MD to figure this shit out? Diminished recognition. I guess, I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Let me know if you guys know. A dysfunctional. Was it like type A? No, I don't need bone. Okay, I'm a little dysfunctional. I have zero shame. Wow, guys. What do you know? I have zero shame. What does my range mean? Probably means I need help. They recommend me putting my balls in hot boiling water. It says right here. It has massive effects on dopamine. So sit over a lit flame. Yeah, so there's that, guys. Hey, listen, thanks for tuning in to Rodney Hood Talks. That was interesting. That was fun. If anybody's interested, I'll do a follow-up. I know there's tons of information, but at least I know I'm not a porn freak. I'm not addicted to porn. It's not running my life. It's not my identity. I don't identify as a porn addict. You'll never hear me say, hi, my name's Rodney, and I'm addicted to porn. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks, and remember, God loves you, and so do I. Peace.